these are veteran clinicians. So you can't just go in and, this is not a particularly psychologically minded culture, for one thing. So we're really starting from scratch. So,
Did any of them ever raise the question or ask about personages such as Gandhi or Martin Luther King or?
No, in fact, the other side of it is, another one of those funny examples where the examples just didn't work is we used the example of magical thinking, and I mentioned Santa Claus, and they had no Santa Claus, no Easter Bunny, no Tooth Fairy, no Great Pumpkin, nothing. They got nothing. So and it wasn't like they don't use Santa Claus. They didn't even know what we were referring to. It just wasn't there. It's kind of funny.
Good job, I think we laughed as well.
Do you want to share your slides?
yeah, we'll run the slides as you get ready to.
We can briefly comment on them, but they go faster than we can talk. We'll refer a lot to the Mass, so you'll see a big congregation, you'll see a couple of big choirs. This was an outdoor healing Mass in which the bishop and Father Ubal did specific prayers. In the middle of it, this is the choir, the middle of it included a big giant rainstorm that lasted for about a half an hour and everybody stayed. They were all out standing in the rain, and the wind, a whipping wind, not just a little rain. A whipping wind, and there were about 5,000 people there who walked to it. I think there were 4 cars for the
These
whole
are the
thing.
priests, that's the bishop that we work with on
That was
the,
the
right.
little ceremony again.
This is the healing mass. These are the 2 women from other places that work with us.
Flying over the desert.
That's the site of the healing mass before.
We got to be under the tent. Most people didn't.
This is in the Capitol at it. There were.
That's a big bug.
That's when, that was my room in Nairobi, actually.
Looking out of the room at night.
We did a workshop in Kenya also, so this is when we were in Kenya. You can, we're coming over Rwanda. See how green it is? Green. Rwanda is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
We landed in Burundi just for unload and load.
This is in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda. Holy Family.
That was at Parish Church. Notice the white guy up in the front. The only white guy.
Just a beautiful, beautiful mom. This is Sister Josepha's congregation. We went to visit them.
In the chapel. Olga's on the far right. She's the one who couldn't come today.
The sister knows how to dance like that, don't you? They gave us a feast.
And this is Father Ubald on the left. That was looking out from where we were at in Shingugu.
That's the Congo.
Congo on the other side of the lake.
Beautiful. That's Olga.
It's rainy season, and so it was frequently overcast.
That's one of the priests of the diocese there. Isn't it beautiful?
It's the cathedral.
That's another bedroom.
That was Chicago. Showers without stalls and curtains. That was the meeting room at the retreat center where we met with the priests.
The chapel's below.
They went for a walk one day.
I chased this kid down the road taking pictures of him.
The crowd beginning to gather for the Mass. The woman on the right is from Kalamazoo, and her son is a missionary in Nairobi right now, so we met them. That was their
That's how we
reunion.
travel.
Communion at the Mass outside. Sitting between the bishop and Father Ubald there. That's the entrance to the cathedral. Kids at the outdoor Mass, you can see now. This was our farewell Mass as we were all getting ready to depart Rwanda. This was a garden that the genocide memorial. These are all mass graves. There are thousands of people interred in those. That was a shrine and another retreat center where we stayed. It's a place in Chigali where we stayed.
It's a convent.
Obama bumper stickers.
That's in Nairobi. This is Nairobi. Olga was going to do slides for today, so we were dependent on what I had available. So it's maybe not the same selection. We would have. Shoes.
Lots of some of the names of the people at the memorial. This is how they had us set up to teach the first day. We changed it quickly.
We kept rearranging it, and every morning we'd come back and they had this very small set. That's
This
our
was fun.
translator.
The word event, and this is how it was all stated in Kinyarwanda. It was 13 syllables for us saying event. Yeah.
This nun was in charge of the kitchen, and she cooked for like 150 on all wood stoves. It's amazing,
Including fresh bread every day.
including really good food. It's wonderful.
Outside part of the marketplace.
This is where they wanted to take us. It's the airport, one plane a day.
And that's not it. That's just a plane that's sitting there at the end of the runway that's been burned out. One of the choirs, there were 2 choirs of the outdoor mass.
The rain.
They were poking the sheets over us to try to get the water off, but all of it's just pouring in anyway.
This lady's trying to keep the bishop's feet dry.
These were people waiting for communion, so I would just walk through the crowd. There you go. There's Father Charles on the left was our interpreter.
He was wonderful.
The dining room for the medical school personnel workshop. Lots of food. We
Little
did not go
teeny
hungry.
tiny women who ate huge amounts of food.
These happen to be 2 counselors that we met working at a counseling center in another town.
Casey brought door prizes. Crucifixes and
That was our farewell day. The woman in the back just joined us for Mass. She worked at the center
And
That's the
that's
landscape.
very common this way.
in Rwanda. It's all terraced. This is at a shrine in Rwanda to Mary. Father Ubal, when he was praying, Father Charles is standing behind.
They gave us a cake. And we're back to the choir. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Just want to remind those of you remaining that please pass in your survey to get a chance. Also, I don't have to remember the exact details, but in the theme of forgiveness, there will be a showing of one of the forgiveness